Hi, I just quickly wanted to share today one example of a visual schedule for students to help them start to build more self-reflection and self-monitoring. Of course, self-reflection, self-monitoring is difficult for students that have attention disorders, students that might be on the autism spectrum, and students with anxiety. Can have difficulty with this because it can be very nerve-wracking to think about yourself and what you may or may not have done well. So this example of a written schedule, and it is written, you would just write in the class or the activity that was going on. So here would be your classes throughout the day or the activities. How did I feel in class? This is not a how did I feel as far as sickness? This is the 5-point scale. So it's embedding that component of the 5-point scale. Was I very calm? Was I a little bit nervous? Or was I so agitated that I was starting to get out of control? So that would be the student would self-reflect and write there. And then did I have or use, and these could be any strategies that you're focusing on in your instruction to make sure that the student is starting to apply those and reflect on those. So in a classroom, I usually want students to have their, be aware of their body in the group. Was my brain in the group? That's remote control, because I talk a lot to students and my own kids about, especially when we really have to focus, is your brain on the science channel? Is your brain on the homework channel right now? Is your brain on the get ready for school channel? So was my brain in the group? Did I have or use flexibility? That's a lifelong skill that even maybe if I don't agree with the group, I go along with the group plan and I can be flexible in accepting or considering other people's ideas, even if that might not be what I want. And then did I use the pause button? Did I use that mental pause button? So if I got a little bit frustrated and I just wanted to scribble on the paper or I wanted to blurt out in class, did I kind of use my mental pause button and think about it first and say, wait, that might not be a good idea. So talking through these, of course, all of these would need to have instruction first before you would put them in a written schedule for a student. But I certainly want to see students thinking about them, reflecting on those, because that's the only way we're going to get some of these skills applied and generalized. The last column is did the rating or did the perspectives match the adult? I'm not trying to have students be compliant or in agreement with adults all the time, because I don't think adults always have the right perspective. We're wrong just like anyone else is. However, I want the student to start to think about perspective taking. And so this is just a column for discussion and for dialogue about, well, I saw this, maybe that to me indicated that we were having a little bit of trouble with the pause button, but you thought you were pausing. Okay, so it would be more of a calm discussion with the student to really get them to understand and consider some perspective taking skills. But that's what this could look like. So this is one example of one way that I might use with a student to get them more self-reflective.